Could you share a couple of examples? Even I love the example of the story of Shane that you just told, but um, any examples that you know
Yeah.
of like in a North American church
Yeah.
ministry
Right.
environment, what would it look like for, a, a ministry environment to shift from being more teaching only focused to
Yeah.
training?
Yeah.
So some specific examples.
Yeah. I'll start with one here. We can kind of ping pong. I'm sure lots of stories will come up. And just trying to, I think your point here is like, let's, as practical as we can, I think. So
Absolutely.
let's just say, hey, we're training someone in missional rhythms, and let's say we're using something like Dave Ferguson's Bless, right? Begin with prayer. You're listening to people, so you're praying God, who you're looking for those persons of peace. You're praying for people. Let's eat together. How can I serve them? Okay. So in listening, right? No, that's the skill of learning how to ask great questions. And one of the things that we do in certain places and have done with people is how do you ask questions in three questions? How do you get to someone's heart?
Mm,
Right? That's different than just saying, can you ask questions?
it is.
I can ask all kinds of questions to keep us up here.
Yeah.
And so one of the practicals around that would just be, hey, as you're listening to someone, you're asking about their week. That's their first initial
Mhm.
question, right? Just how's your week going and things. And they name something hard that's going on in their week, or a challenge or something that was
Yeah.
complicated. And it's just very easy for you and I to just click back and just be in dialogue there, and then just go, oh
Mhm.
yeah, me too, blah blah blah. But by the third question, can I get to Jim? What's been hardest about that for you,
Yeah.
and what else? And suddenly I've just moved from his circumstance, and we can just flip back and forth between, and your week's hard and my week's hard, and this is tough and that's tough up here, to suddenly Jim telling me about personally
Mhm.
what's hard about this. And if I ask one more question, well, what else? And then
Yeah.
from there, I have doors open then to saying, I'm now at his heart.
Hmm.
How do I speak truth to this? How do I pray for him? How do I, whatever?
Mhm.
I mean, one tiny skill within a larger training process that we do, but just one little thing and say, hey, we're going to practice
Yeah.
this week with 5 people. And when you come back, I want to hear your stories. Were you able to get to people's heart in 3 questions?